Thanks for joining us for another crowdfunding conniption. Today we are taking a look at the newest addition to Dark Tomb, the Ice Chasers, coming to Kickstarter soon.
Now, as always, we want to make sure you are aware that our crowdfunded videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, thanks for joining us again at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're talking about the Ice Chasers, which is the third game in the Dark Tomb series from Kozz Games. These are from designer Andy Bergman and are mint tin size dungeon adventures for 1 to 5 players.
Kozz Games kickstarted their original Dark Tomb game along with its sequel, Blood Throne Island, and they are now bringing this third installment to fans. The game will feature similar components and gameplay, but it's going to introduce some new characters, adventures, and it's going to continue the storyline that we've been building. Let's go ahead and take a look at how to play.
Ice Chasers will feature 4 new campaigns, which all play in similar fashion.
First, you'll select the characters that you'd like to include in this stage of the adventure. You'll take their cubes and actions and set your health to the maximum.
Then you'll read the scenario with any special instructions, and you'll set up your map.
On each player's turn, they can first move up to their character's limit and then take an action.
Some free actions include revealing a new map tile and picking up items.
If players uncover a monster icon, they will reveal the next monster in the stack, place the appropriate token, and set the monster's health.
If they uncover an item, they will mark it on the board, and then when a player reaches that item, they collect it, and they will reveal an item from the deck to add to their personal collection.
Fighting in the game is done by declaring an action, checking the buff that action might give you, making sure you're within range, and then rolling to determine success.
Each round the players will all get a turn, and then the game takes a turn. First, you'll check for a seismic event, and then monsters will move and attack.
If players are able to survive and take out all of the monsters, then the final card for the round is revealed to wrap up the adventure and set the scene for the next adventure to come.
So if you're looking for a dungeon exploration adventure that will fit into your pocket, then you need to check out the Dark Tomb series and the new one, Ice Chasers.
The gameplay offers you a lot of flexibility because you don't actually have to progress from round to round. While there is a storyline that ties everything together, the idea is that you're able to just whip out this tin at a restaurant or a coffee shop. You can get it up and running in just a minute, and then you can play it super easy. The setup for the game is super streamlined. If you do want to experience it as a linear campaign, then you can actually carry items from round to round, which is kind of cool because the back of each of the cards is just really well labeled. The iconography in the game is really easy to understand, and it makes the setup super simple.
Yeah, you can check out the Kickstarter to learn more, but I know that all the characters from the previous games can be played in this new version, and I assume that's true for some of the items and the monsters as well.
Yeah, that would be my guess. This new game does introduce a couple of new terrain types. We're going to be introduced to black ice in this game, which is going to slow you down as you try to move through the different maps and things, and it's going to be similar to some of the other terrain types we've seen in the past.
Yeah, and you can also it'll mix and match if you end up pulling cards from the other games.
Right.
The rules, of course, have requirements for things like line of sight, and there are critical hit and miss rolls, just like you expect, which of course happened to me in the last game.
Yeah, this manual, the instruction manual, is very tiny, which is nice. It's designed to be really easy to jump into. And then, of course, you can make it as fantastical of an experience as you want it to be. That's up to whether you want to just play it for the rolling of the dice, or if you wanted to get, your whole RPG on, you could do that with the characters that are in this game.
Yeah, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, then you can check it out on Kickstarter, the Dark Tomb series, with the Ice Chasers being the new one. I assume you'll be able to get all 3. We're looking at prototype components for the new version, but you can check out and see what the photos of those will be like on the campaign.
Yeah, and I would assume that what we're looking at is real close to the finished pieces because it does match the other campaigns, but just so you know. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, following along, liking all our videos here at Tantrum House.